you could get started with your content.
Yeah. Okay. Let me share my screen. Mm. So yeah, let me go with, maybe you can take it up, Rian, these slides.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So these are your local MuleSoft meetup organizers. That's me on the left. I have a different MuleSoft hat today. It looks similar, but they they give us new ones every year. Victor has been the longest running organizer of our meetup. He was there when Diane and I joined, and Diane is teaching a class in MuleSoft today, so she's not available for the meetup. Go ahead and advance. Yeah, so this meetup is organized as a community effort, and everything here is for learning purposes only and not promotional activities. It's part of the way the MuleSoft community works. Thank you. Go ahead. All right, so we are going to post the recording of this meetup. It's recording right now. Go ahead and put your questions in the chat. I'm going to moderate the questions at the end, so you don't need to stop in the middle, Shyam, unless if you have slides where you've automatically planned on having questions, we can stop and have them, but otherwise I will save them for the end and I'll voice them for people. And at the end, it is important to us for you to put in your survey and say how this meetup was for you. So we really do appreciate your feedback.
Okay. So I will take it forward. So I'm Shyam Raj Prasad. So currently working as engineering leader at Tricon Infotech, and I'm having 13 plus years of total experience, mostly in Java side, and even like 5 plus years of experience in MuleSoft. So I've started with Mule 3 also, and I'm a certified MuleSoft developer and architect, and also I'm a MuleSoft mentor and currently leading one of the group Patna chapter, and also like I am one of the top contributors of MuleSoft help forums. So if you go there, you will see my name. And also, like I mentioned, like I'm the founder of DataWeave Fund, so I'm running this space over various social platform like LinkedIn, Instagram, Telegram, everywhere you can find it. And even I have created a blog to share the concept related, only related to the DataWeave. So today's agenda is like we will go with DataWeave, then we will go with like DataWeave library extensions, how we can develop the DataWeave library, and then all the features with demo, and how we can do the packaging and deployment of DataWeave library to the AnyPoint exchange. Even I have not created a trial account. Maybe I will create that trial account in AnyPoint platform today, and then we will see. And this session will be like mostly demo. Okay, so let's see. So I think most of you are aware like what is DataWeave language. So it is a programming language designed by MuleSoft for the DataWeave data transformations. And also like DataWeave enables you to build a simple solution. So like here you can see like I'm not going much into the DataWeave. I think most of you are aware like what is it. So here you can see like this is the screenshot from the DataWeave playground, generally which we are using generally. So here you can see like here is the input, and then we have written some script, and the output is application XML, and with minimal code of change, and you can see that the input payload is converted into a XML output. Okay, I'm skipping this one. Let's come back to like I've conducted one survey in my LinkedIn page, and here you can see like the favorite platform for initial DataWeave testing. So the AnyPanda Studio like 7% and DataWeave Online Playground people will prefer this at that is 83%. DataWeave CLI that is 2% and Visual Studio Code that is 7%. So I've conducted like 3 months back, maybe it got changed. So here you can see like we got 309 votes. So people will prefer go their DataWeave Online playground and do some scripting. So like DataWeave library extensions. So this is the one of the extension that is available in the Visual Studio Code, which will enhance your productivity when you are building any DataWeave libraries. And this can be libraries can be used in multiple any point studio mule applications. So like what it will provide, like it will provide two things, like one is DataWeave modules and mapping. What are these things? I will cover it in the next slide. And it can work in a standalone manner. So outside of mule application, you can develop the database modules and mappings. So there will be no dependency with mule applications. You can test it out, everything you can do. You can debug it also, and also like there is a options like you can do the instant execution of database mappings file. So when you write the script, you can click on that play button and it will give you the result. Also like it is including live preview of data transformations. So for this one we have to just enable these features, live preview of data transformation in the Visual Studio Code. How we can do, I will show you. And this also supports some of the features like auto completion. You don't have to write complete script. Like when you write map, other things will be written. Just you have to, like, there is a auto completion features is also there. You can navigate from one method to another method also. Then refactoring is easy. Formatting, you can do the formatting. Quick fixes, it is providing some suggestion also, like you don't have to go with this approach. Yeah, it will provide some quick fixes also, like some of the import is missing, so it will do the quick fixes. The import is missing, just if you click on that one, it will add that import. And also like syntax highlighting, the one of the most important feature which generally like, that is debugging support of for the DataWeave mapping file. So we can debug any DataWeave script. You can put a breakpoint, you can see the value what is coming, you can add watch, and you can do some operation also, like after putting the breakpoint. How we can do, I will show you in the demo. And also like it will automatically generate documentation for uh, uh, database library. So you don't have to write all the things, it will generate a documentation template, but some of the things you have to write it, like input, output, and this thing we have to write it. And also like it has full support of maven plugin. So with the maven plugin you can easily package that, means you can create a jar and then you can deploy this into the database libraries in the anypoint exchange. And also like integration with exchange to share and consume data libraries. Once it is published into the endpoint exchange, you can consume it. You can consume it in another mule application, different mule application. So you can create a data libraries which can be reusable, like some of the method which we have to write in multiple mule applications. So that you can export into the database libraries and there you can use it. And also like it has embedded testing framework, so you can write unit testing and integration test cases also. How we can do, all things I'm going to cover with demo. Yeah, let's go ahead. Like basic requirement is like uh, for any point at studio also we need Java 8 and 11, and Apache Maven will be like 3.6.3. That is the minimum version which is required for the uh, that plugin. And also like you need Microsoft Visual Studio Code for your specific operating system. From where you have to download, I will show you. And also like once you install this Visual Studio Code, then you have to add this library, DataWeave 2.0 beta library in the VS Code. And also like we have new IDE is coming, that is also built on VS Code. So you have to add uh, any point plugin for the that one. So let me from where you have to download it, let me go there. So in Google you have to search Visual Studio Code, and this is the uh, place from where you have to download this IDE. And here also you can see like there are multiple versions, like for the Mac OS, there will be different installer, and Windows, Linux, you can see. So you can download it and then you can install it, and it looks like this. Once installation is done, let me open how it looks like. So this is the Visual Studio Code. Just you have to open it. Okay. So this is the like, and once this is installed, then you have to go to the extensions. That's why it is calling DataWeave extensions. So here we have to search for DataWeave. So here you can see DataWeave 2.0. That is still in beta version. Okay. I think this was released last year, and this is still in beta version. That is, and here these are the features available. Like you can do some well. If there is any error, so it will give you some error. Provide dynamic syntax error as you type. When you write, it will see so that syntax error is there or something. Then file name will be like in red format, something like that. Auto completion, hover. These are the things like which is available in the with this plugin. And also like there is a one more extension is coming, like any point code builder, that is only available for the Mac version now, and that is also like pre-release. Here you can see pre-release, which I have two extension which I have added, like any point code builder. I have not tried that this one. Maybe later I will explore this one, but today I'll be covering this DataWeb 2.0 beta. Okay. So once this is installed, here you can see like this is installed. So generally what this is installed, and here you can see. Let me close it again. Let me open it again. It is not necessary you have to create a project. Okay. Even you, if you can create a new file and just you can add those script and you will be able to run it. Let's see that feature. I'm clicking on that new file. Then I have to select text file. That is fine. Here you can see untitled one. So here you can see we have to select a language. So maybe you can choose DataWeave. Okay. Then you can start writing the script. Like the initial syntax is 2.0, and then and here you can see like there is a play button. If you click on that one, it will execute. Actually I've already created this sample data for this file, so that's why it is uh, it will give you the result like hello world. Let's see. It is running preview. Here you can see like, so here you can see the output is coming as 1 2 3 4. Let me create another file, maybe new text file, and data weave. This one is also there. I think this is also there. Maybe let me create a new file with some name for. Okay. So where it is storing that file. So here you can see like uh, in last two sessions I've already created these things. That's why it is not coming that uh, let's save it, close it. So here you can see like untitled 3. So here you can see like we are getting the option like define sample data. Let me 2.0. But there is no payload, right? So we have to click on this define sample data, and it will create a payload called payload.json, where it will create. So here you can see like samples file and untitled 3 playground inputs and payload.json. So it is taking from this, And if you run this one, it will give you the same output like hello world. Okay. If we are going to change this, like let me welcome to meetup. Okay, then I will run this one, so it will give the same. So here you can see, so it is not necessary you have to create a project and then you can write the script. You can write a script, maybe even you can create a file name uh, in the desktop, something called, you can create a file, and then here you can see like this is the file name, and you can open with uh, that one. So let me open that one. Open file name from the desktop. That was, so here also don't save. Let me close all the window. So here you can see like this is the file and this is the payload, and if you run it, it will give you the same result. If you have to modify that one, that that is the location where you have to go there. If you click on this one, it will open that payload.json. So here you can see the file name which is created, like this is the file name, and it will be like created into folder .dw samples, then the file name which was there, then it will start with playground inputs and payload.json, and it will give you that. So this is one of the features. Maybe most of the people are not aware that we can create a DWL file and we can play it out in the Visual Studio Code. Another thing which I wanted to show you, let me go to that. The people favorite thing is like here. Okay. So let me in the payload, let me modify this payload, like, and then something called 1 2 3 4 5 6, and here you can see like we are getting the output. So everyone, people will come and do the write the script, and then here you can see like we are getting the output as 21. From here also you can do one thing, you can export it. It will download one file. So here you can see like dw project 27.zip file is created. Just you have to open it, and it will be like extracted, and here you can see like my project 9. So you can import this my project 9 into the Visual Studio Code. Let me go there, let me open that project. You can go to open folder, and then you can go to the download, and this is the, like this one is extracted and this name is coming as my project 9. Just open it, and here you can see like how the structure will be like same thing, dw main dwl. So here you can see we are getting the same things, sum of payload, and the resource sections, that is empty. But the for this payload, that will be in the test file, and there will be a resource here also, like main, this is the main, like file name, that will be folder, then playground and inputs, and this is the payload.json which we have provided there in this online DataWeave playground. So this is one of the features, and also here, from here also you can import that uh, uh, zip file, drag drop project zip file here and click to upload. So that will, you can see that here also. Let me go there. So here you can see like 1 2 3 4 5 6, and we are doing something like sum of payload. So I think when you click on that sum, so here you can see when you click on like here you can see there are multiple options, like uh, option is like enable auto preview. So if you do enable this one, so the sum is 21. If you change the payload, like let me change this payload to 7, and then the output you can see like I have added 7. So earlier and the output was 21 plus 7, that is becoming as 28. So generally I don't prefer this one. So I will disable that auto preview, and when we have to run it, I will click on this one and then I will see the output. This is one of the features, and another feature is like when you hover this one, you will see the definition like function definition. So here you can see like type of number. It will return the sum of numeric values in an array and returns 0 if the array is empty and produces an error when non-numeric values are in the array. Okay, and here you can see like parameter example and this thing, and source you can see, and the output you can see. So in similar way, like when you write any module, it will generate the documentation using here also we will see later. But here you can see another feature also called go to definition, which is very useful. You can check the function definition how it is written. So I'm going to either you can click on F12 or you can click go to the definition. So here you can see this is sum is a core uh, sum is a function of core library. So here you can see like core.dwl and how it is written. So here you can see like it is internally using reduce functions. So here you can see like values, the array of number which we are providing here, and then we are calling the reduce functions, and we under reduce you can see just we are iterating it and adding all the values, value plus accumulator. If it is there is no value, then it will by default it will give you the 0. So in this way you can see like all the function definitions which is available there. So here you can see like mean, how we are determining this values mean by dollar. Some of the functions which is, so here you can see like average, how it is written. So average is like sum of values, then we have to divide by the size of values. So you can see that function definition also from here. Just you have to click on that function and click on go to definitions. Okay, and also this is one of the features, and you can go to references also like where it is referenced or something like that. So here you can see there is no references and this thing, and you can do the rename symbol, like just you have to click on that one and you can rename it. That will be useful when we are using that local variable and this thing. Next picture I am going to show, that is how we can debug like DataWeave code. So here you can see like payload, and then I will write map. When I will enter, it will do the auto completion. So here you can see like we are getting some auto completion like item and index. If there is any syntax error, the file name that will become red. So here you can see like mender dwl become reds. So there is some error. Okay. So for time being, I'm just typing adding one, and I will do the print that value. So here you can see like we are getting this value, but also here you can see you can create a local you can create a extract a variable in local scope. So maybe this one you can extract a local scope. So it will be very easy to create a local variable in this Visual Studio Code. When we have to write this do and this thing, and here, and then you have to remember the syntax and this thing. So one of the features, and the next feature I am going to show you, that one is debugging. So here you can see if you hover this one here, you can see red mark is coming. So just you have to click on double click there, and you have added the breakpoint. Okay, so Now we have to debug it. So this is the debug. You have to click on here and click on the run and debug. Okay, let's then you have to choose that debugger. So that is we have to choose DataWeave. So it is running. Here you can see like it is cleaning and then test compile and this thing. Let's wait for some time. Then you have to select that file name, that is main. Okay, now here you can see the debugging features. uh, all the features came here like step into and this thing, play, resume, go inside and this thing. So here you can see all the variables which is available, like the in the first iterations the payload is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and item is 1 and index is 0. The value you can see, even like you can add watch also, like if you wanted to explore something, you are doing some operation and you wanted to see like what will be the value for that one. So I'm just like item plus 10 I'm doing. So here you can see like we are getting that value also. Maybe sometime we are doing some operation but we are getting some incorrect value, so you can add what's here and you can see that one. Even like you can run any expression in the debug console. So if you type here item, so here you are getting a one. Maybe you can do something like item plus something, so it is printing one Shyam. And any operation you can put a breakpoint and you can do the debugging. So item plus 2 it is printing 3. So in the next station also you can go. So here you can see the item 2 is changing, and here also you can see item plus 10 that is coming as 12. If you do, you can check here also, like item the value is 2. Even you can check the index value that is coming as 1. So in this way you can debug the DataWeave script also. Just you have to add the breakpoint and see that how it is flowing, all the how the variable or something it is flowing, and how you can add watch also. Let me next iteration. So here you can see like value is changing 5 and index is 4. Yeah. So any question till now? I'm open for questions now.
Yes, there's a couple questions. Back at the beginning when you were installing showing how to install the extension, Yugandhar had an issue with the Java version. That he wanted to know how to configure JDK 8 or JDK 11.
So I think just you have to go to the terminal and you can verify that which version you have. I think here you can see like I have 1.8, and even you can validate that Maven version also. So it is only supporting 1.8 and this thing. And even like there are some process to configure that JDK version also in the Visual Studio Code, but I have not explored that one. I am using like 1.8 and or 11, and that is set in the Java home. So that is taking it up.
Yeah, follow-up question is, does it come from the OS environment variable?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
the operating system. Yeah, great. Okay, another question from Krishna is, how do you define your input payload? I know you did it at the beginning, but now the button's not up there anymore.
Okay, so here also you can see like this is the main file, and here you can see like this is for the in the test section. There will be resources and there will be main. This is the file name. If you create another file, like another file name or something, test.dwl, let me create it, then it will be more clear. So just we have to write some. Okay. So here you can see uh, we are getting the option like define sample data. Okay, payload.json, and here you can see like uh, hello world. So when you uh, run this one, so you will get that message at hello world. Even like I will show you, you can define multiple JSON also. Like maybe you have something like order.json. Okay, and here you can see like ID, something, order number, something ODR123. Okay, when you can refer this order payload also, just you have to type the file name order, and you can run this application. You are getting the same ID is equal to 1, order number 1 is this. Even you can create a variable also. So for variable and this thing, you have to create a folder inside this input. Okay, and maybe you can say like where's, and here you can see like we have a payload called payload like product dot json something. Okay, uh, uh, so in product dot json I will add id one something, and then I will add something product id something called p123. Okay, so here you can see like this is folder name wires, and this is product.json. So how you can access this one? So you go there, and then you can type wires. That folder name is coming here wires. Then you can type product. So and then you will see that value also. ID is equal to 1, product ID is equal to
There,
P123.
there
So you
was a
can,
little bit more in the chat about that. Could you add a variable of XML format just to show?
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
thanks.
yes. We can maybe yeah. Even like you can add in CSV format and other things also, and Excel also it is supporting.
You want to show
So
us an XML real quick?
yeah, let me
Not
convert this.
output, as an input.
I will add
Okay.
that. First, I will need otherwise I have to create that one, right? So here you can see like product XML. Okay, and in this one I will add that one. Okay, and then I will read that and in JSON format. Okay, so here you can see we are getting that in the, we are reading, we
Look
are,
at that.
yeah, like
Very good.
just you have to get familiar with all these things, and then it will looks like you can play with Visual Studio Code anything, and it is also supporting like larger payload than here like in the online database playground.
Awesome. Oh, there's another question if you're ready, or do you want to keep going with the demo? It was farther up. Don't worry, I've been tracking. It says, can you show how the unit testing works? This is from Clayton. And how do
That
you debug in a unit test? Is that coming?
that I will cover.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Let me continue with these things further, and then let me go to that slides again. Even like these are the basic things, and also like some of the features I have not covered. Yeah, let me cover those things also, and then I will come to that DataWeave libraries and these things. So, I have mentioned that there will be like some auto suggestions also, right? So here you can see. Sometime generally we used to do like size of Shyam is equal to checking 0. So here you can see we are getting like checking impedance with size of is not performant. So instead of this one, like we are checking with 0. So that is not a performant. So you have to use each empty. So it is like giving a suggestion also. Here you can see like yellow mark. So when you click on that one, it is doing a suggesting some quick fix also, like replace with is empty function call. Just you have to click on that one, and it will do the changes also, and then you can run it. Okay. And one more thing, just I wanted to show you uh, here also, like sometime we are checking like some variable is there, like a dot name or something, and we are checking with null, and then we are printing blank name, and then else a dot name. So sorry. So this is also when you hover this one, so they will suggest using if expression is equal to null when it can be replaced with default expression. So instead of this one, you can go with the default. So if it is null, then by default it will take. So here you can see like it is suggesting some quick fixes also, like replace with default expression. So here you can see a dot name, default blank name, something. Maybe I will create null, and then I will run it. So here you can see, and we are getting that blank name. So these are the like some of the quick fixes also suggested by DataWeave extension library. Let me come back to again uh, slideshow. So yeah, so how we can develop the DataWeave libraries? So DataWeave library will consist of two things. One is module, the another thing is mapping files. And you can add some resource files also, like JSON, XML, and CSV. JSON, XML, and CSV. To develop the DataWeave libraries, so you have to first create a new DataWeave project. So you have to create a DataWeave project in the Visual Studio Code. Then you can create reusable modules, and then you can preview it, test it, write the unit test case, write the integration test case, all the things you can do. Then you can publish it to the exchange. And also like this one I have already mentioned, you don't have to create a database project, you can test it out. Just create a .dwl mapping file, open it in Visual Studio Code, and you can test it out. The next thing is like DataWeave and modules and mappings. So the first thing is like DataWeave modules, in which we can define only four things. The first thing is like function. So here you can see like function, then variables, and then you can define type, and then you can define namespace. So these are the things which we can define in the modules. You can import these modules into a DataWeave script to use these features. So once these modules are published into DataWeave library in the exchange, you can import these modules. So you can import this name, you can import this my function, you can import that type also, you can import that namespace also. And also like it has in the modules file, there will be no output directive. So there will be no body expressions. There is no output application JSON and this thing, no separator between header and body sections. So only these things which we can define. And what is DataWeave mapping files? So DataWeave mapping files are like that is also similar to type of module, but it will contain a complete DataWeave script. So you can import these things and you can add the script also. It will have the separator, body expression, output directive, everything that will have DataWeave mapping files. So this is DataWeave modules. Like when we create a DataWeave library project, so how the structure will look like. So this is like my module. Like here only four things will go, and my mapping will be like uh, uh, you can create a complete DataWeave script that will go into the mapping files. And for this one also like my module.dwl. So these are the two things. Like for module, we have to write the unit test case. That will be like unit test for the function in your module. And for mapping file, it will be an integration test case, like complete integration test case. So you can provide the input and you can validate with the expected output and these things. So that will come into the integration test case. And in the resource section, I have already mentioned like how you can define the payload, like in sample data that will come into the payload.json. And these are the scenarios that will be covered for the integration test case. Even here also you can create a variable also. After inputs you can create a folder called vars, and then you can add any payload there, sample data. So this is the structure. I will create a DataWeave library project and then we will see. So I think I've covered this one, like auto completions. So here you can see like when we write map and then when we enter it, these things item index will be automatically added. Here also like when we add a filter, then this thing item index will be added automatically. And here also like name or something is there, and then you can, when you type dot, it is giving some suggestion like name and age. So these are the like auto completion features which I have already shown. The next thing is live preview. So here you can see like when we have to click on this button, then it will give you the preview. Even you can enable the live preview also, right click and um, enable auto preview, something is there. The next thing is like testing. So here you can see like testing is created, like unit test kit and integration test case also will be created. I will cover this in demo. And the next thing is like the most important thing, like we can debug that, we can add a breakpoint and we can debug this database script. And this is one of the best feature which I like in Visual Studio Code for database development. And these are the like features, like maybe I've covered some of the things, like quick fixes I've already covered. Rename symbol, just you have to click on that symbol and then it will rename all the references. Find references, highlight, formatting, document symbols, go to definition, which is one of the like best thing. You can go inside the any functions and you can see that function definition also. Some of the function definition is not written in DataWeave, so it is written in Scala. So that you cannot check. Like that is written in the native library, so that you cannot check. Maybe once DataWeave is open source, maybe we can check those things also. For now, I don't see there is option to check that. Yeah. So the next thing I will come into this later, like these are the like packaging and deploying data libraries. So it has all the manual life cycle, like compile, you can do the compiling, then test, it will run all the test cases. Then these are the two things which is more there, like one is generate docs and one is deploy docs. So these are the like it will automatically generate the documentations and it will only deploy the documentation related to the DataWeave function or modules and these things. Packaging, like creating a jar file, deploying is like automatically uploads your data library to the deployment target, means exchange. So I have very few slides. More of the things is in demo. So how we can create a DataWeave library project. And one more thing, like you can explore Java things also here. Like maybe you have to use some of the things like from Java library or something. You can check that also. Let me show you that one also. That you cannot do it in there. So here you can see like I have imported the Java time, and then we are getting that zone ID, and then we are getting that some value. First, let me run this into the here what we are getting the. So here you can see we are getting some error. Java reflection was not being granted for this education and this thing something. But same thing, you can run it here and here you can see we are getting the options like all the available zone IDs which is available in the Java libraries. Okay, so this is one of the features which you can import any Java library and you can run it. How we can run it? You have to use import Java and then package name something like java.time.zone ID will be there, but here we have to use with this. Yeah, let me create how we can create a database library. I think in next half an hour, I will be covering uh, creating a library, then testing and publish to exchange and how we can consume. Hope there is no questions.
There was one question.
Okay.
It was back when you were adding the inputs. He wanted to show this was Ugandar order JSON. What happens if you put order JSON in the same folder where you have payload JSON?
Order JSON, do we need to put in the same folder where we have a payload? Yes, yes. So here you can see like same folder like inputs order.json and payload.json. So we have to provide in there like from here you can see like this is the input. From here what will be the file name that will be readable. Even you cannot put the same name like payload.json and payload.xml. You cannot put. You have to like distinguish like which file we have to read.
That's all the questions.
Yeah. Okay. Then let me create a. So creating a. Uh, so you have to go to the command palette, and the command palette will be available in the view sections. And here you can see, and then you can type DataWeave. Even MuleSoft is also available for the Anypoint code builder. You can see these are the options, but now we are dealing with DataWeave. So here you can see like DataWeave create new library project. Okay, then it is asking something company name and this thing. So let me type. This is the organization ID which we have to use the same organization ID from the Anypoint platform. But later I will change it. Okay. Then some artifact ID. So let me type with something with a library. This is the version. So I will go with the same project name. So maybe I will type meetup library. And where we have to create, it is asking. So I will create in the parent locations. Okay. And once everything is done, so here you can see, do you want to open the new project in a new window? You can click yes or no, something. So I will click on yes. So here you can see the same structures which we have shown. So here you can see my module.dwl file is there. And here you can see for testing, my mapping.dwl file is there. In the resource sections, actually there is no, we have not defined any sample data. So that's why there is no input folder is created. So here you can see like my module file. And here you can see like you can click on generate DataWeave documentation. It will add all the documentation before this one. And here there is an option to create a add unit test. Okay, so when you click on this one, so it will create a sample documentation like describe the hello world function purpose, example, source, and this thing. And here there are some empty spaces which you have to add like script and output and this thing which you have to add. Then uh, the documentation will looks perfect. Otherwise, yeah. So here, this is the like function, and just we are printing that hello world. We are not doing any operations. So here you can see like my mapping.dwl. Even like if you remove this, so here you can see like it becomes red and it is showing some error. So it is suggesting some like unable to resolve difference of hello world, but there is some quick fix is also there. When you click on that one, it will give you some option also, like either you can create a function hello world here. Okay, here you can create a hello world. Otherwise there is a one more option is there, import hello world from the my module. So this is already created here, so I will be importing that one. So that error gone, and here you can see like there is no red mark. When you click on this one, so just it will print the hello world. So here you can see we are getting that value as hello world. Okay, let me add all the four things which I have discussed, like so I've added four things, like one is uh, name, variable name. You can say my function, and then type is user and namespace. So here also, like when you will print, I wanted to print name, that variable is created here. So here you can see like it is giving some error, and here you can see like some quick fixes is also showing. Just you have to click on that one. So it is giving the options. Either you can create a variable name here, or you can import name from the my module. So I'm going with this one, and when you will run this one, so here you can see like name is my data. So that will be the output here. So here you can see my data will be printed. Okay. Any no, hope there will be no question. Let me cover quickly like other things also. So when you go to the AnyPoint Exchange, okay, and you can select that DataWeave library and sort something is there. So here I have selected this one, DataWeave libraries, and even I have not logged in. So here you can see like there are some of the libraries already created for sample purpose. So one of the things, like you can use DataWeave mock data generator library also. This is very useful when you have to create random value for the name, last name, email, and this thing, age, address. You can see. So basically, what is it is doing here? In the first name, they will have like something called 1000 or 2000 or something. Name is there, first name is there. It will randomly pick one name from that list. Okay. The same for last name, email. Age is like random age, like you have to provide this is the minimum number, from this number to 100 they will pick the age. These are the like uh, mock data they have created. Maybe you can see the internal things when you import this into the AnyPoint Exchange, like Visual Studio Code or AnyPoint Studio. So here you can see. So in today's demo, I will be covering only one like so DataWeave Analytics library. So that is there is a one statics called frequencies. Okay. Okay, so here you can see like this is the frequencies. So it the input is like a array, and how many it is coming, like one that is coming as three times. So here you can see we are getting that occurrences is equal to 3, and value is equal to 2, that is occurrences is 2, 11, and occurrences is 1, something is there. So I'm going to create a this function, and then I will publish it to the exchange, and then I will write the unit test case for this one, and how we can write the integration test case. So let me go there in the Visual Studio Code. So here I will create a folder, something called analytics, and then I will create something stats.dwl something. Okay. So this is, let me open this one. So uh, before this thing, like maybe we can create that function like complete thing here in the my mapping dot file, and then I will copy that function here in the stats.dwl file. So our requirement is like in the payload.jsons. Let me copy that payload. So this is the payload. Okay. And generally I used to do like we have to create those things, and this is the output, expected output, right? This is the like expected output something, or let me copy. So how we can do this? So from the payload, just we have to like get the distinct value first, 1 1 1, then we can iterate it. So let me like uh, okay. So what it will return, like I'm getting 1 to 11, but we need to get the output as this one. So we have to iterate it, okay, and we can go with that. Okay, so we need a value. Okay, we are getting like a value 1 to 11, but we need occurrences also. So the what I will do in the payload, find item. Okay, so and let's see. So it is giving like the occurrence like in which position it is there. Like one is in zero, third, and fourth location. So just I have to go do like size of. So we are getting this one. Maybe we can go with like here you can see like some code action is there. So you can do one thing like extract function. When we do this one, like maybe I will add frequencies. So here you can see the function is created, something is called, okay, but we have to pass this thing, right, payload. So maybe you can pass it here and payload. So if you run this one, we are getting the same output. Maybe you can type it values or something, so that not okay. One thing I will do, I will rename it this one, and then like values. So I've renamed it. It is renamed all the places like where it was there. Like payload here, there are two places. So here you can see if you run this one. So this is the like function which we have created, and this will go from here to the this place. So this is like our module file. So here you can see uh, you can create generate data view documentation. So just you have to click on this one, but it is not working, but you have to add this thing like this one is mandatory, otherwise. So now you, if you click on that one, so here you can see like the documentation is ready, and our uh, this one is also ready, and here also we are getting some error, but you can do the quick fixes, and it is importing that one analytics from stats, and if you run that one, you are getting the same output. But here you can see like documentation is ready. How we can add the unit tests? So when you click on this one, okay, add unit test. Here you can see we are getting that option, and here you can see like create integration mapping or something. So it will create a stats mapping dot file. Something is there. So first, let's create add unit test. So here you can see, so one stats test.dwl is created, and here you can see like the output, expected output is array, right? So here you can see expected output is array, but so you can change it be array, and in the payload section you can pass something uh, array like 1 2 3. So later you can change this the description, and this thing it should do something like whatever the functionality you can rename it. And so frequencies must be array. So if you run these things, like here you can see we are getting the options. So when you click on this one, it will run the test case. So it is running. So here you can see that running the tests, and here you can see like it is running. And when it is successful, then you will see the green symbol. So here you can see still it is running. So here you can see like we got the green signal. So our test case is um, running successfully. There is no error. Okay. So in this way, like these are the unit test case. So we are not validating the input with the expected output and this thing. So just we are validating like what will be the expected output and this thing, like what will be the array or something object or something like that. But when we have to write the integration test case, so integration test case will be written only for that a mapping file. So maybe we can create create an integration mapping file for this one. So I will create that one. So here you can see like some of the things like it's created, and maybe we can pass some payload here. Okay. So here you can see like we have to define some sample data. So I will define some sample data like okay 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. I've defined some sample data, and you can run this one also. Like you can see the output something is coming. Like here you can see like 1 is coming 3 times, 2 is coming 3 times, 3 is coming 2 times. And for this one also we can write the like integration test case. So for integration test case, just you have to click on this button. Okay, and this is the for running the preview. So we are getting the output. You have to click on this one. So it will create a scenario like create mapping test. So that will be integration test case. So here you can see like it is asking like new test scenario or something. You when you click on enter, so it will create a like stats integration mapping test.dwl file. So here also like it is an integration testing. So it is what it is doing. Eval path means it is taking all the script from this file, and input they are taking it from these locations in a JSON format, and must equal to like output they are validating with. In this new test scenario there will be some output. So here you can see like this is like a new test scenario. So here you can see the payload we are providing, and they are validating with this payload. So and okay, so when you run this one integration test case, so how we can run it, just you have to click on that one. So it is running. So here you can see like it is running, and now you can see like click to run test. Here you can see like it is successful. So in this way we can write the integration test case. Then we have to publish this to in endpoint exchange. So the what we have to do, like you have to get the organization ID. Okay. and set your organization ID into the group ID. So here we have to set it there, and after that we have to comment it out like two things like here you can see add exchange repository to publish your data library to exchange. So this thing you have to uncomment, and here also the repository section you have to uncomment. And here you can see like we have some organization ID which you have to pass with the real organization ID. So I'm going to create a new AnyPoint platform now only. Let's see. Even I have 15 minutes. I think that will be covered. Meanwhile, maybe if you have any question, you can uh, ask.
All right. There was one question while you're.
Yeah.
It was can you run Maven clean test on this library now? And if so, will it run both of your unit tests and your integration tests?
Yeah. So that I will run like when I will get. I got the organization ID here. So here you can see. Okay. I'm going to run that one. That is the thing which first we have to change this group ID. Okay. And then this is the thing which we have to modify, and one more place. Okay. And after that, I think we have to update this thing into that here also. Like we have created just now a account, right? So in setting a XML file also, so that it can publish that into that. Hope let me save it. Okay. So let me try. Let's see. MBN clean deploy. So here you can see like the first it is running that stats integration mapping test. Okay. And then something like they have created some DataWeave docs. A stats test also you can test like there are two test case they have run. One is integration, then unit test, and after that it is publishing it. So here you can see like publishing asset. So here you can see like publication status is completed, and it is drafting some pages and these things. So build is success. So just you can go to the exchange. So here you can see I've created with Meetup library, and here you can see all the things like stats which I've created. And in the stats, if you go there, there is a one method. So these are the things like which you have to add like manually, like, and here you can see like these are the like documentation which we can work it out. But how we can consume this into that our, so you can go there and click on dependency snippet, copied it, and you can go to the AnyPoint Studio, and you can open any, go to the pond.xml file. Just you have to add that dependency. So here I'm going to add that dependency, save it. It will start downloading it. So here you can see it is downloading it. Yes. So here you can see like project library is there. So here you can see like meetup library something is there, and which we have written like stash dwl file. So here you can see these are the same function which we have written, and which we can import it and we can try it out in the testing.xml file. In the transformation, maybe I can add transform message here, and then I will write. So suppose we have variable called we can create one, two, three, four, 1, 2. Now we have to something is x, right? But it is giving error. So just we have to import it. So here you can see like we are getting here suggestion also like create function, or you can import frequencies from this library analytics stats. So that error gone, and maybe you can click on preview, and then you will see that the same function which we have created, how we can reuse it in mule application. So we have to use the same function in multiple mule applications. Just we have to add that dependency, and we can see. So it is taking some time. So here you can see like we are getting some, but I have used Java. So let me change it to JSON, so it will be like um, more clear. So here you can see like one is coming twice, two is coming twice, and other things are coming once. So in this way, like you can import it also, I think. Yeah. And also like let me show you like uh, one of the like library which is already there, maybe mock data. Let just you have to get the dependency detail, and you can copy it. This one also you can even like you can import these things also in the Visual Studio Code and try it out. Let me add this one dependency also here, and I will show you. Save it. So it will download that one mock data library generator or something is there. So here you can see like they have data sheets, city names. So here you can see like they have some JSON file, and it has lots of input payload, and it will pick random one value from the city name. So this is like when we have to use some this library will be useful for like we have to test with random mock data for testing purpose. So here you can see like country name also, you can see like there will be lots of name, but that will not make sure that you will get exact country code, country name and city names. So that combination that will be coming as randomly. Even like here you can see like some function is there like data generated dot dwl. So here you can see like random is something is based off or something. Yeah, that's it for the demo. I think I've
That's
covered most of
that's
the things.
plenty. Yeah, there's a opportunity there for further talks or further presentations. I want to challenge those of you who've been active trying Visual Studio Code out. We would love a presentation on good unit testing practices, or cool DataWeave things you do with Visual Studio Code. So yeah, I appreciate that, Shyam. I had a question, and it has been already answered by the asker. So Clayton answered his own question about read URL. There was another question earlier on, I promised, from Kishore. It says, could you show again, just for everybody's benefit, how to do it without a project, just a blank, a random file, how to
Okay,
open? Yeah, thanks.
okay. So maybe let me okay, go to the Visual Studio Code.
And while he's doing that, everybody hang on for the trivia. I have a surprise on how trivia is going to work.
Okay,
Some of you may remember from our last meetup, we try to make trivia fun here in Oklahoma City. There are prizes.
okay. So let me close this project also, then I will show you. Let me, yeah, let me open again Visual Studio Code, and even like maybe in the desktop I will go, and maybe you have something called, let me copy this one and paste it again, and let me rename it. Okay, and let me uh, open this file there. So just we have to open that file here, go to that desktop, and I've created this thing. Okay, and here you can see we are getting that option like define sample data. Okay, click on that one, and payload.json you have, and now you can run it here. So you are getting the same output like message hello world. So in this way, even you have to change the payload, just you have to click on that payload thing, command and then payload, and when you click on that one, it will go to that payload.json. Even it is not open, you can open it uh, clicking on command and then payload, and then you can change it.
Awesome. So I appreciate everybody staying till the very end here. I have a couple of minutes to wrap the meeting up. So I'm going to invite you guys again to our next meeting. Just look at our page on meetups.mulesoft.com. We're going to try to do these regularly. We've been doing a DataWeave spree here, so we might stick to DataWeave, or if there's other topics you want to see, I'm looking forward to your just comments in the MuleSoft community chat. You can hit me on LinkedIn and send me requests. I will try to find you international superstar speakers like Shyam, and we'll bring the celebrities here even more. Here's what we're going to do for trivia today. We do have prizes. We have gift cards sponsored by Avio Consulting. And I'm not going to, rather than do trivia questions live, here's what I'm going to do. You're all going to have to get a LinkedIn if you don't have a LinkedIn. So I'm just, because I need a way for you to post your solutions like we did last time. Shyam is in charge of DataWeave Fun. I don't know if you showed them at the beginning. Maybe we can remind you guys now. DataWeave Fun is a really cool way to learn DataWeave. So DataWeave Fun posts DataWeave puzzles all the time. So here's what I'm going to challenge you guys to do. You got to be ready with your Visual Studio Code extension. And the first person who solves the next 3 DataWeave Fun challenges in Visual Studio Code and sends me a screenshot on LinkedIn with of your solution of the DataWeave Fun challenge in the Visual Studio Code extension, you guys are the winners, and I will announce you. And I'm going to call you the Visual Studio Code DataWeave Wizards of September 2023. So just keep an eye out on DataWeave Fun. You have to follow DataWeave Fun on LinkedIn to get the challenges, and that's going to be our meetup prizes for this week, for this month. Are you good with that, Shyam?
I've shared that link also, like
Yeah.
from all the puzzles are there.
Yeah. So the next 3 puzzles that come out, those are the trivia, and you have to send a screenshot in Visual Studio Code extension of your solution. So let's make
Maybe
it fun.
they can share the existing one also. That is fine.
Oh yeah,
That,
yeah. There's a lot of good puzzles on there. I'm going to share the recording tomorrow, Gunnison. So thanks for the question. Yeah, we're going to definitely share the recording as many ways as we can. And I just want to thank you again, Shyam. It was a great session, and thanks for being here with us in Oklahoma City from far, far away. What time is it there?
11:30.
Oh
Like,
my. Well, thank you for staying up late with us. We're going to wrap the session. So everybody, I had a great time with you. I'm going to stop the recording, and we will see you at the next Oklahoma City meetup.
Yeah,
thank you.
Shyam.